Issei Sagawa was born on April 26, 1949 in Kobe, Japan, and comes from a wealthy family. As a young man in the 80s, he studied comparative literature in Paris, France, and carried a hunger and fascination with cannibalism and an obsession with Western women wherever he went. And in 1981, he was arrested for murdering, dismembering, and eating his friend Renee Hartfeld. He was with her body for 3 days, feasting on her remains, and decided to dispose of some parts of her in a park in France. He put some of her body parts in a suitcase and took a cab to the park. While he was walking with the suitcase, headed for the lake, some people saw blood leaking out of the suitcase and the police were called. He was arrested for this crime and was in jail for 2 years. But just before trial, the judge declared Issei legally insane and sent him to a psychiatric hospital indefinitely. He was eventually deported back to Japan, also to a psychiatric hospital, but unfortunately, he was released from that hospital because of a legal loophole. Because the judge in France had dropped the charges against Issei, when he was deported to Japan, the Japanese authorities had no legal grounds to keep him in the hospital. So he checked out of the hospital and is free to this day. Issei Sagawa actually became somewhat of a celebrity in Japan in spite of his gruesome and sordid past. He has made appearances on talk shows, written manga novels where he graphically describes the killing and eating of Renee Hartfeld. He has done lectures on his crime and urges. He's done some soft-core pornography films and actually written restaurant reviews for a Japanese magazine called Spa. He is also the author of about 20 books, and one of his books is called Extremely Intimate Fantasies of Beautiful Girls. Issei has not shown any real remorse for his crime or cannibalistic desires, and his thoughts about this sick obsession are disturbing to say the least. Issei said, quote, "The desire to eat people becomes so intense around June when women start wearing less and showing more skin," he said. "Just today I saw a girl with a really nice derriere on my way to the train station. When I see things like that, I think about wanting to eat someone again before I die," end quote. There are many other things Issei has said that I could quote, but many of them are too unsettling for me to say. This story is much more graphic than what I have shown so far in terms of the details of his crime and his insatiable lust for human flesh. But at some point, it's just too much. Today, Issei lives in Japan with his brother. He has lived a free life since 1986 and has not, to my knowledge, sought any help for his mental condition. It's also alarming how a man like this was able to popularize his crime and cannibalism, market that, and become a pseudo-celebrity. It's not like he turned his life around and became a better person. He capitalized off of his sickness and unfortunately was able to capture an audience. I can't imagine how the family of Renee Hartfeld feels, first of all about the legal loophole that allowed him to go free, and then also becoming somewhat successful off of the brutal crime he committed. This story was hard to stomach during my research, and I hope and pray Issei Sagawa does not do what he did to Renee in 1981 to someone else before he dies. Stay safe, stay alert, and I pray for each person affected by these bizarre crimes from the past and the present. God bless.